Hello everyone, today I have a request to hack Streets of Rage Remake. Not only that, but to showcase how I can find these cheats really quick. So let's get started. I'll pick Skate. Turn it down a bit. Um, I guess it really doesn't matter. The first thing I'm going to start out doing when I'm wanting to find a bunch of cheats real fast is I'm going to find something simple such as my lives or my score. So let's go ahead and increase the score. We'll do a scan for 40 and we'll keep it 4 bytes. And then let's do a scan for 980. Didn't even hit Alt Enter. This game's buggy like that. Sometimes it'll full screen it just when you press Enter. Alright, he's dead. And it looks like we're at 1380. All those changed. This is a typical problem with finding a lot of cheats. Sometimes you'll get these where they'll constantly change with the one you're looking for. It's just the one. So the way you would find this out is you would grab maybe like the first 3 and grab a few of them and just change them around. Use the process of elimination to find cheats. I don't recommend it for all games, but it looks like we found our cheat. One of these are it. Let's change it to a 1. Punch him. Nope. How about this guy? Alright, so we found it. That immediately reflected as soon as I changed it, but not all games are like that. Sometimes you have to do a certain function within the game to make it reflect correctly. So let's grab this, and let's go to our memory scan options. I'll probably just use the first 3. A lot of times that doesn't work. You use the first 2 digits in the address and replace them with F's and zeros. So let's find our health. We don't know what that is. It's not represented by a number. Let's do an unknown initial value scan. And we're already going through a lot less addresses. Actually, we can make it even less because I didn't use the first 3 on the top. Very important to pay attention to small, minute details. They definitely help you find the cheats faster, but it looks like I got the same amount, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and lose some health. And then do a change scan. Get rid of these. You can say it's on change still because we haven't taken any damage. We just got 2 over there changing. There, we've lost some health. Why? I think it might be this 96. Let's freeze that and find out what happens when I use the special. What's this even doing? Is it decreasing or increasing? Because it looks like it's increasing as I'm losing health. Let's see where our full health is. Let this guy kill me. So at full health, we're at 24. Call this our score. And we'll call this HP. And we'll later on, I'll do some pointer scans. I'll show you some tips on how to make those really short, specifically for this game and a lot of other games. You can sometimes get away with this trick, but it doesn't work for them all. So be aware. Let's see, what else can we find? I believe you have the ability to call the cops in this game. Let's assume we don't know the value, even though I already do. This is just for your benefit. Go ahead and call the cops, have them shoot the dude dead, and we'll say it's changed. Let's get rid of these. All right. And let's take a look at our addresses that we currently have. See if we have anything going on that's in common. We have a 02, the first. Three are not in common. No, they are. My eyes are bad. So we have 025 and then 025, but one has an A and the other one has a 9. Do we have anything like that? It looks like we do. I'm just going to go on a hunch here. I'm going to say it's probably a 0 because we don't have the ability to summon the police anymore. So let's say it might be one of these three. Go ahead and add those to our table. And let's say it was originally 1. This is just pure speculation here. I'm guessing. Sometimes you can get away with it, other times you cannot. And it looks like this time we did. So let's go ahead and use the process of elimination, and it looks like I found it. At the very bottom address, if we grab this, we freeze it, we're good. We can call the cops as much as we want. Alright, so there's another thing in this game I know we can get from the third version. Kind of dating myself here, but I'm old and I was a huge fan of this game. You can get stars in this game, which allow you to do crazier moves. So let's go ahead and give ourselves a massive high score. But first, before we do that, we're going to say the value is 0 because we don't have any stars. And then once we change our high score, we'll get a bunch of stars. Alright, so now we got 3. And there you go. Within 2 scans, I found that. That's the important thing about using this memory scan option. Would you like to scan through 78 billion addresses, or would you like to scan through a few thousand? And also, your computer will thank you for it, for using this, because that takes up a lot of resources to have to scan through, better games, more intense games on the computer's hardware. It's going to have more addresses, specifically if the addresses are all, I believe the term 64-bit, where they're a lot longer. You're going to want to use the memory scan options. It'll definitely help you out. Not all the time, because sometimes, let's say this wasn't in the 025 region. If you've noticed, all these addresses here are 025, 025, 025. If it was just in the 024 region, for instance, you would not find this. But luckily for us, it is. So we can call this one stars. And we can call this one cops. Oops. Alright, so let's see what happens if I change this to a 1. We'll confirm that it's the right address. I think it's because my score is so damn high. Let me die real quick. Wow, the speed hack literally does nothing to that game. Come on, kill me. There we go. Again, I press enter and it just does that. 3. Again, enter for whatever reason. Sometimes full screens of this game are positive. Poor programming. Alright, so it looks like that was correct. So, what else could we find in this game? Maybe our character. We can find out what character we are. Apparently, you need to go to the shop, but you need to be able to beat the game in order to, go to the shop. I don't want to do this. I just want to go ahead and pick whatever character I would like. I know there are secret characters in this game, and the way you would do that is same method. Let's do a new scan. Keep our memory scan options the same, and do a first scan. Move the cursor over. Do a change scan. Let's get rid of some of these red ones by doing an unchanged because we haven't moved off the lays yet. Let's move it over 1. And I think I might already see it. I think it might be this one because it does share some similarities with one address we have, which is our score address. So let's go ahead and change that to a 4. Should be Max, 5 should be Skate, 6 should be Zan, 7 should be, I don't know, Shiva, 8 should be Mr. X. Let's go ahead and pick him. See if this works. Looks like it did. Let me give myself 3 stars. And infinite HP. I don't think he can call the cops. He's a mob boss. No, he can't call the cops. But he has a badass gun. Why would he need to? Damn, he does lots of damage. Alright, so let's say these are the cheats we're satisfied with. We've got our score, our HP, we've got cops, we've got stars, and we've got our character mod. Let's go ahead and call that so we don't forget. Keep your table organized. That's going to save you a headache in the long run as well with the memory scan options. Again, I repeat, use these. They will help you find addresses a lot faster. Sometimes you can get away without even doing one scan by browsing a memory region and playing a game through windowed mode. And, taking a look at this, seeing which ones turn red real quick. A lot of times you're unlucky, and a lot of shit goes on in this in the background, and all these things are just turning red all by themselves. But sometimes you get lucky and you're able to find what you're looking for without doing a single scan. Let's go ahead and get to the pointer part. So let's say we want to find a pointer for our health. You just go to pointer scanner. And for this game, I know this works for a fact. You just use 5 nines and a 1, and you get basically nothing but base pointers. Let me go ahead and create a new folder for this because I have not done so yet. And we'll call this HP1. Alright, see, we only got 54. Now, if I hadn't tweaked those settings, we would have had a lot more. Let's go ahead and set the 4 bytes. There's our HP. And we'll get our cops. You'll just repeat the same process to find it. And with pointers, some of you beginners may have noticed that your cheats no longer work once you close the game out. Shit sucks. It happens, but don't worry. This problem can be fixed by using base pointers or by using AOB injection, which I do not recommend AOB injection for certain games because as soon as you inject any kind of code into the game, it's going to crash or have really weird effects. So that's not always an option for every single game. Let's go ahead and add that. And we'll call this cops. Get our stars, character mod, everything else. And I'll prove that it still works. I'll keep the same addresses that I have, and you'll see that they're no longer valid. They don't keep track of the values anymore. Let's get our character mod and our score. Really, honestly, I can go without the score now. Now, this won't work for all games, as I've mentioned before, but it definitely does help out to play around with it. See if it does, see if it doesn't. Let's go ahead and call this CMod 1. Alright. Let's go ahead and crash the game. Or just simply close out of it. Go back in here, relaunch it. Alrighty, so let's reattach cheat engine. As you can see, I can't call the police anymore. I still lose my health. My cheats that I've found before are absolutely useless. So we can go ahead and get rid of them. Even the score is not keeping the correct value. It's a 3, and that's a 600. So we'll get rid of those. Get rid of that. And I believe I said this is 24 at full health. Change that back. And there you have it. Our cheats are working again. We can freeze that at 24, freeze that at 1, where we can call the cops, give ourselves 3 stars again. And our character mod really doesn't matter because we're already in the game. I did try changing it while in the game. It's not a good idea as it just really glitches shit out and doesn't seem to work right. But I'm sure it still works. We can leave the game and test that theory out. As you can see, it still does work as I'm scrolling. Change this back to a 8, and I'm Mr. X again, even though he's not a selectable character just yet. That's pretty much all I have for finding cheats really quick. Um, It's not really much else to hacking this game. I tried to pick this game one because it's free. It's really simple to hack. I didn't want to do AOB and overload your brain if you're a beginner to cheat engine and assembly. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. And if you have any other requests, leave that in the comments as well.